Earth is the Goldilocks of planets. Just like the fairy tale, planets need things to be just right. But we're not talking about porridge or the comfort of a bed. We're talking about temperature and radiation, among other things. In our previous Evidence for God devotional, we talked about how important it is that Earth is not too hot or too cold. At any given point, Earth has ice at the poles in addition to H2O in the form of liquid and gas. We only have time to discuss these one at a time in 3 separate devotionals, and we discussed the importance of having huge amounts of H2O in the solid form of ice last time. If you missed that, go back and listen to that after we're done here. But this time we want to talk about H2O in the liquid form of what we call water. Water makes life possible and pleasant. The Garden of Eden is described in Genesis 2:10, and a river went out of Eden to water the garden. Most of us go a couple of hours without some form of liquid beverage, and our tongue begins to stick to the roof of our mouths. Those of us with asthma and other forms of COPD can have flare-ups and attacks for lack of water. We need it to keep our kidneys and bladder in good working form. And half of what makes up our entire blood system is water. And one of the things rarely mentioned about hell is the lack of water, which will be a main source of discomfort for those who go there. The rich man in hell is described by Jesus in Luke 16:24, and he cried and said, "Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame." And life on earth without enough water would be like hell. And it has been for people who ever get stranded in the hot desert without water. Untold numbers of human beings and animals have died of dehydration, and it's a terrible way to die. But water plays a major role in Earth's ability to host life in numerous ways that we have to abbreviate for the sake of time. But this includes the solvent properties of water, which allows it to dissolve and transport minerals into the human body, and then to transport waste out of the human body, keeping us healthy. Not to mention all the chemical reactions facilitated by water. Water regulates our temperature in our bodies, and likewise the entire planet. The very molecular structure of water, something we can't explain in detail here, is what allows water to move inside plants and cell membranes. Now just look up a video on that and you'll see how amazing that is. The fact is, every living thing on earth requires liquid H2O, water. Every plant, every animal, every cell of every living thing. And that's why we can not only say Earth is in the Goldilocks zone, but as far as scientific study and investigation is concerned, Earth is the only planet to be a Goldilocks planet that is not only in the habitable zone, but is capable of hosting life at all. As a matter of fact, the search for water on other planets so far has rendered a big zero other than Earth. And that's why we believe this is evidence for God. God put life on this earth, facilitated life on this earth in a way that he didn't do on any other planet in our universe, the known universe. And H2O in liquid form is one of those unique things about our planet Goldilocks. And most of us underestimate the importance of the fact that the Bible says in the first 2 verses that when God made the original heaven and earth, it was filled with liquid water. Genesis 1:1 and 2. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. The more you study water on earth, the more you realize it's evidence for God.